what are the top tips that you have to prioritize yourself, or what could help you prioritize yourself? We're going to talk about that today. And I am wearing my mom of twins hat. This is my badge of honor. Whenever I wear this out running to the beach or anything like that, people are like, oh, other women are like, other moms are like, oh my gosh, way to go. Mom of twins, that's amazing. Or I end up meeting other moms of twins, which seems to be this cool little club. So anyways, I would love to also hear from you. So are you able to hear the pounding, the construction in the background? If you could let me know, that'd be awesome. I think this would be a great test for me to know. My neighbors had a house fire December 26th last year, which is so sad, right after Christmas. And it's taken all this time to get the permits from the city because they were backlogged with the pandemic. And so they have just now gotten the permits to start rebuilding the house. It wasn't huge damage, but it was sad damage, right? So if you can hear any pounding, please let me know. I would love to know. I put these on a different setting and I'm testing them out with you guys, and I wanted to see if it works, if you can hear the pounding or not. So let me know. I see people are jumping on. Say hello while you jump on, and let's dive in, because today's topic is super important, I think. And I think for a lot of women, it's really easy for us to not put our self-care first. Actually, this is a great example. I was in charge of carpool for the neighborhood today. So my morning run will happen after this, but I am ready. Like, I have my clothes on, I have my hat on, to go exercise, and that gets to happen. That self-care is important to me. It puts me on track. It helps me feel calm, relaxed, grounded, focused. It really helps me stay in my lane in regards to what I want to accomplish today, personally and professionally. So that doesn't go to the back burner for me. I mean, it's very, like yesterday, I didn't get to do it because the twins had a doctor's appointment, and I had a doctor's appointment, and I took my mom to the airport, and I had work. Like, there were a bunch of different things that were happening yesterday, which wasn't a normal day. But normally, and I just share all this because I'm super transparent, you guys, but normally it really is about, like, what do you get to do to put your self-care first and not let that slide on a normal basis. Don't let that slide, because the truth is distractions will happen, right? They just will. The kids will need something, or the kids or the grandkids have to be picked up from school unexpectedly because they have a sniffle, or somebody at work or on your team needs something from you, or, just stuff happens. But when we start our days, and I like to do it first thing in the morning is really how I like to do it. When we start our days with our self-care first and we prioritize that, then what I see happens is women become much more effective at what they need to do, and they get a lot more done. You become a lot more efficient with your time and energy, and a lot more productive, really, because allowing yourself to even move that energy of I can't, or what if it doesn't work for me, or the energy of doubt or fear or stress or anxiety, like, that's all energy. All those feelings are energy. And so, as we know, energy always shifts into something else. Always. Energy always does it. Or energy cannot be destroyed, right? So if that energy is in your body and it's restricted, if doubt is restricted, if fear is restricted, if anxiety is restricted, if stress is restricted, then you can get blocked down there, right? You get blocked down in that moment of time. So, okay, good. Thanks, Jody. So what like putting yourself first and your self-care, what's so great about that is it helps move the energy through you. You want to always continuously be moving the energy through you so it doesn't get trapped. When energy gets trapped, then restrictions can occur. So some restrictions that you might know about are migraines, stomach issues, elimination issues. I'm a biodynamic cranial sacral therapist as well. So that what that means is trauma resolution work. And I have worked with hundreds, if not thousands of people when I had my brick and mortar here in Southern California. When I had a private practice where people would come to me at a brick and mortar, and I would see it all the time. I saw restricted energy get trapped, and it caused tendonitis. It caused lockjaw. It caused issues in the shoulders or a certain part of the body, right? It caused physical pain. It's amazing how the connection between the emotional, our mental and emotional states really does absolutely impacts how we feel physically. So some really top tips, easy, simple top tips to prioritize your self-care so it doesn't go on the back burner is even dedicate like 15 minutes a day to yourself. And I would say every morning. And what happens, and I know what happens with some people who have a type A personality, they like, let's say you sit down to meditate for 15 minutes and then you think, oh my gosh, like the whole time you're thinking, oh my gosh, I could be getting the laundry done, or I could be getting that email out, I could be doing something else than just sitting on this pillow. Like sitting on this pillow seems like a waste of time, right? Until you really allow yourself to stay consistent with that long enough to start to see the benefits of what happens. And what I have noticed is that when you slow down and you allow yourself to go quiet with yourself, it actually doesn't take time from you. It actually gives you time, because you do become more focused, more dedicated, more committed, more productive, right? It's not going to take from you. It's actually going to give to you. Now, if you're anything like I was when I started meditating years and years and years ago, my type A was definitely like that. Like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? I must be doing it wrong. My mind is so active. And so what I did is I tricked my brain in the beginning until I had a personal experience of the benefits of meditation, or it might not be meditation, just quiet time. But what I did is I added that to my list, right? My to-do list. I added meditation to my to-do list. So what I was doing at the time is my brain that really wanted to cross things off my to-do list, because that's how I had programmed myself at that time. All of a sudden it was like, okay, I'm going to sit here for however minutes, 5, 10, 15 minutes, however much time it was. And I'm going to sit here, because then what I get to do is I get to cross that off my list, right? And so it helped me just relax and be in that place of the quiet. And once I stayed consistent with that practice long enough, when I wouldn't do the practice, I actually felt like I really missed it. And so that's a little tip that can definitely help you. But as you're learning this whole process of self-care and prioritizing your time and knowing it's okay to do so, like permission granted, right? Be kind to yourself through all of this. Acknowledge that you're doing the best that you can. Self-beat up is never going to help you move forward. So be realistic with how you're setting up your self-care routine. Be realistic with where you're at right now. Like I was realistic with, when I started my meditation practice, I was realistic, like this is really hard for me to do this. So I'm going to add it. I started small, like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and I added it to my to-do list. That was realistic for me for where I was at that time, for the skill set that I had at that time, right? So as you're creating your self-care routines and you're really learning to follow through and prioritize with yourself, just watch how you're talking to yourself. Do you have this inner conversation of, gosh, why is it taking you so long to get this right? Or what's wrong with you? Or why is this so hard? Or this shouldn't be so hard? Or you have no willpower, you're weak. You know, what's that inner conversation that's going on? So watch that piece, and I encourage you to celebrate yourself every day. Celebrate yourself every day with something. Find something that you get to be proud of yourself. And being proud of yourself is not egotistical. It's healthy to be proud of yourself. Even my 6-year-old boy, my oldest son, I have been teaching him for years, since he was like 2-3 years old, to be proud of himself. You know, like I will tell him I'm proud of him as well, but I more often than saying I'm really proud of you, more often I will say to him, you should be proud of yourself. That's awesome you created that result, or that's amazing you did that. You should be proud of yourself. So I hear him say all the time, I'm so proud of myself, Mom. Listen to what I did today. You know, whatever that is, his soccer team or school or reading or helping the twins. We have babies, we have 6-month-olds. So that fosters a very healthy relationship with yourself, and you'll start to learn to appreciate and acknowledge yourself. You'll build a different relationship with yourself than I think a lot of women have. And this caring, adoring, respectful, honoring relationship to yourself, like where you are a friend to yourself, when you're in that place, it becomes very natural. It becomes very natural to have a solid and consistent self-care routine where it doesn't feel like you're taking away from anybody else because you're focusing on yourself, or you're wasting time because you're exercising today or meditating today or praying, or, you know, it feels like when you don't take care of yourself is when it's going to start to feel off. So, and we want to get you to that point, right? This is important. Now, before we wrap this up, what I'm going to say is all of this, your success with your self-care and prioritizing all of that is going to start with how you think. So whether you think you can or you think you can't prioritize yourself or find the time for yourself, or you think you are worthy or you think you aren't worthy, whatever you're thinking, it's going to be your truth, right? So whether you think you can or you think you can't, or you think you are or you think you aren't, whatever you're thinking, you're going to be right. And because as humans, we cognitively must prove ourselves right? Like if we believe something, if we really wholeheartedly believe something, we have to prove ourselves right around that. There's just this unconscious thing that happens. So whether you think you can or you can't, it's going to be your truth. So let's get really intentional about the thoughts that you're thinking, because the thoughts that you're thinking actually do become your reality, right? So how are you setting up your day? Do you think you're worth it? Are you giving yourself permission to know your value and your worth, and that do you respect yourself? Do you follow through? Do you believe in yourself? We're going into a major, amazing, miraculous event in just 2 weeks, and 2 weeks from tomorrow, which is exciting. It's the Believe event, and this is our 6th time to hold this event. This year it's going to be online, so it's the easiest year ever to come. It's the easiest year ever to come. You know, you don't have to get flights, you don't have to get hotel rooms, nothing. And I'm going to be bringing this straight into your living room. So the Believe event, it's for women who are ready to let go of all the ways they've been holding themselves back. You know, it's about getting rid of the overwhelm, getting rid of the confusion, getting rid of the all the unnecessary stress. It's about calling in. Let's talk about that, because I like that even more. It's about calling in clarity. It's about calling in a vision. It's about dreaming again. It's about giving yourself permission to dream. It's about getting the skills to know how to breathe life into those dreams so that they become your reality. And realizing it's probably not as hard as you're making it. You know, like that's what happens for a lot of women at the Believe event, is they realize, like, my gosh, I've been making this realization of creating my dream life. I've been making it way harder than it really needs to be. It doesn't need to be this hard. And they don't know that until they get the dream, which we do on day 1. Day 2, we skill you up on how to breathe life into that. And that's a really, really important piece. And then day 3, you get your personal roadmap that you walk away from the Believe event with in regards to how to make that happen for you. And we have women, so many women, we put thousands of women through the Believe event up to this point. And they say there's life for them before Believe and there's life after. And I want to add you to that category, because if not now, then when, right? If not now, then when? And you guys, you have nothing to lose. I promise you, if you do not like the event, just tell us, we'll refund your money. I am so confident in our work. I have no problem doing that. I don't see that really happening. So you have nothing to lose. There is still an early bird special going on. Let me go ahead and drop that into the chat really, really quickly for you guys. So you will want to go jump on this right away. The early bird will be coming down at some point. And so just go to thebelieveevent.com, and I just put it into the chat. Go get your spot now. Join, 100 plus women in having the best girls weekend ever. really transforming your life, like 3 short days to shift and change the trajectory of your life and get this world-class support, the strategies and the accountability and support. Like, I mean, it's like, it's a rare opportunity. So don't let this opportunity slide by you and then wish that you had jumped on it like the other 100 or plus women. Like, just do it, right? The link is right there in the chat, thebelieveevent.com. Super excited for you guys to be there. I'm excited to take this piece to the next level with you. Your self-care does get to be a priority. Believe gets to be part. The Believe event gets to be part of your self-care curriculum, if you will, or practice to end this year strong, get through the holidays, end this year strong, and really set yourself up to win in the new year. Like, this is your chance, right? So we're going to set you up. You're going to be so excited that you came. We have so many women that are over the moon excited, and it's a really good group of women who are going to be there this year. So I'm pretty pumped up. So with that being said, have a great day, you guys. If anybody has anything they'd like to add, go ahead and put it in the comments. We have lots of people. Kim, DJ Rama, Jody, Lakaram, lots of people, Masoom, people, Trisha, Mary, let's see. Jody says, today's attitude, what if it all works out? Yes. And even like another tweak on that is, it is all already working out. It is working out, right? Like, everything is already falling into my favor, not out of my favor. Yes, good, you guys. All right, you guys, I can't wait to see you at the Believe event. Go get the early bird special while you can. And we also send out Believe gift kits, and those are ending soon. So you want to go get your ticket. It includes the gift kit, and those, we're not going to be mailing those out much longer because you wouldn't get it in time for the event. So go get your ticket today to make sure you get the gift kit. You don't want to miss that. They're super fun. It's interactive with the event. Lots of good things in there. And